back to the second half of Are You Fulfilling Your Hunger? Now, before you left for lunch, I'm certain that all of you all had some kind of growling and emptiness inside of you, especially if you had not eaten a great breakfast. Well, now you're back from lunch and you're probably full and you don't really want to hear about fulfilling your hunger anymore. But I must tell you that this particular section of our session is much better than the second half. In fact, you will be stuffed when you finish this portion. Now, the reason why we are here today is because we are entrepreneurs, we're mothers, we're fathers, we're students, we're people who want to do more in this world. Now, I must tell you that success seems to be an aim for everyone. Everyone wants to make an indentation in the world. They want to be known as making sure that they made a plot that says so-and-so and so was a great success. That's why you're here today. You're not here just because you want to have your name on a roll or you want to just pay someone to speak to you. You're actually here to make sure that you fulfill your hunger. And as we told you earlier, it's not the type of hunger that can be fulfilled by food. It is the type of hunger that can be fulfilled by you listening to your inner self. Being the person that God has designed you to be. I am so excited to be your facilitator. I am Shante Jordan, and I am an empowerment coach for this lovely company. But while I'm here today, I am your guide. Today I have the great pleasure of bringing you 6 steps to fulfilling your hunger. Now, these 6 steps can be used in your personal life, in your business. It can be used in your classrooms. It can be used wherever you desire it to be used. Now, I first want to share a little story with you. It's the story of a butterfly. Don't we all think they're beautiful? I really truly do. Now, this particular butterfly wasn't even ready to come into the world. But when this one little girl, who had nothing to do but to mess with the insects outside, came across a cocoon. When she came across the cocoon, she looked inside and she peered in and she wondered, what in the world is it? And as she was looking at the cocoon, she noticed that it was moving. She wasn't frightened. She looked a little closer and noticed that it was a little butterfly. She was very excited because she was going to have a new little friend. Now, as this butterfly worked its way out and was trying to get into the world, she thought it would be very helpful if she would actually get a pair of scissors. So she ran into the house and she grabbed a pair of scissors and she came right back out. And the butterfly was still doing his thing, but she wanted to help him. And as she cut into the cocoon, the butterfly came out. But the butterfly wasn't flying. It wasn't moving. In fact, it was way too small. Its wings weren't strong enough. And it began to dwindle and die. The little girl was very sad because all she wanted to do was help the butterfly be free. But that didn't help him. It harmed him. Now you may be asking yourself, where is she going with this story? The reason I share this story with you is because many of you have struggled. Many of you have actually been the butterfly in the cocoon, ready to be blossomed, but for some reason you stepped out too soon. Someone helped you out too easily, and you were not able to fly. You see, the process of the cocoon and the butterfly is a great process because as he struggles to be free, he's building up his wings to fly. The blood is going into his wings and making them strong. But because he was prematurely taken out of the process of growth, he was not able to fly. Therefore, he was not strong enough to survive. I share this story with you because your struggles are your strength. Your struggles are the reason that you're here. You may have been struggling way too long and feel as though you have a bigger purpose. But you must go through the process in order to make a difference. Today, as I share with you these 6 steps of fulfilling your hunger, I ask that you seriously question yourself as to why you want to move quickly through your process, or as to why you want to fulfill your dream. You must be honest now with yourself because there's something out there for you to fulfill. But until you know who you are, you won't be able to do it. It can't be helped by me, your guide. It can't be helped by anyone too soon. You must be ready to receive it. The first step in fulfilling your hunger is to hone in to your heart. What is burning deep inside of you? What is it that you would like to birth? I always said when I first had my first child was, when I birth my child, I hope I birth my vision and my passion. Sure enough, I birthed my son. He is my heart. He is the fuel that keeps me going. But at the same time, my prayers had been answered and I birthed my passion to speak and to help and to uplift others. Now it's a big process and it's quite challenging at times. But because I believe I am honing into my heart and my spirit, all things can be achieved. Now the second step in fulfilling your hunger is to have ultimate happiness. Now you're thinking, Shantae, come on now, you're not always happy. You're not always at your fullest peak. And you're right, I'm not always at my fullest peak. But my ultimate goal is to be filled with happiness and bring joy to other people. And I choose to do that. When you choose not to be involved in your circumstance and make it your problem, you are choosing to be happy. Yes, there's bills to be paid, there's tests to be taken, there's parenthood to be given. But at the end of the day, when you're faced with your challenges, it's the most important for you to be positive and have an outlook of achieving your goals. Now, the third step is to never give in to failure. It's the It's the inevitable. We all have been there. We've been faced with failure and fear, and we want to stop. But it cannot happen. Don't give in to failure and fear. Instead, face your fear and acknowledge it. Face it. What is it that you fear the most? Fear you're going to fail? Okay, what if you do? What if you do fail? What are you going to do with your failure? Are you going to wallow in it? Or are you going to stand up, suit up, and face it? I failed many times. And I probably have failed many more times. But I always remind myself the many times I have been successful. I acknowledge my fear. I am afraid of failure. But I am not a failure. Once you don't give in to fear, you can overcome any obstacle you decide that you want to achieve. Now the fourth step in fulfilling your hunger is to grab hold of success. Take it by the neck. You know, success to many people is $1 million. I have $1 million. But success can come in small packages. It can come in big packages. You determine what success will make you happy, but also be appreciative of the small successes. I also ask that when you're grabbing hold of success, you realize that it won't always be straight. There's no such thing as you're going to get there right on time, because I'm sorry to tell you. No, I'm not sorry to tell you. I am happy to tell you that success has many obstacles where you have to twist and you have to turn, you have to go over, you have to go under, you have to climb, you have to jump, you have to sit, you have to pace. It's called success. It's when you get over those humps that you're able to do any and everything because you're grabbing hold of success. The fifth step is to elevate others. There's nothing like getting a boast of elevation for yourself and not sharing it with someone else. Remember where you came from. You may be struggling now, but it's okay. Share your story with someone else. You never know what your story can do to elevate someone else. Hone in to your hunger. Fulfill your passion by fulfilling and fueling someone else's heart and soul when they're at their lowest point.